Right. I'm just doing my top button up, so there we go. So I've done a little bit of the sort of, I didn't want to go too in depth here, but we've done a little bit of the mixdown and mastering. Not the mastering, but the mixdown already. Fuck, we've done the mastering as well. But we need to restart, yeah, because I did some changes after the mixdown process. So let's just have a listen to this noise and get started again. So with this noise, we're using this to make sure that we've got a perfectly balanced frequencies, right? So it's pink noise. Sorry, let me get my timer started. It's pink noise, which means it should be sort of a gentle slope going downwards like that. Let's have a listen. There you go. So you can see that it's a gentle slope going downwards. That is way too loud for me, but yeah, there we go. A gentle slope going downwards. And that's sort of the same amount of energy per frequency sort of thing. Now, the drums should be fine. I didn't change anything with the drums, though I could make the drums more punchy or anything really, but I'm deciding not to. I want to keep it as clean and as untouched as possible. So we're going to just have, right now, turn off the Vox, duck and sweeps, and it's just the drums. So what I did change was the vocals. I changed the vocals quite heavily, so I think it would just be the vocals that I need to change in the mix. No, I made it duck underneath the drums. So yeah, I'll just need to change the vocals within the mix. And I did an EQ taking out the lows. Okay. So you can very just about hear the drums, and more importantly, you can just about see the drums if that helps. That's where the kick is. Right there, that little bump. You can know that the kick's there because it's when this comes in, that comes in. There. Lovely. Although I'm struggling to hear the snare, I might need to adjust that. That's where the snare is, that's what we're looking for. See, I want to be able to just perceive it with my ears. We can see it, we can use that as well, but if I could just perceive it with my ears, I think that's a good level. Now would be a decent time to move on to the vocals. And vocals we want almost just as loud as the drums. I want to have this one a little under the drums, to be honest, but roughly that same sort of volume. We can see the peaks are all over the place. A lot of it is here, but we've got some energy over here, we've got some energy over here as well. And I think the volume already is a good amount. We could probably reduce it just a smidge. It's the high end, it's the S's that's kind of piercing through, but I don't think that's too much of an issue. Though we could smooth it out a bit with Vasthaus. Let's go ahead and do that, actually. We're going to smooth it out, but we're going to do that before the EQ and before the compressor, because I don't know if this might add some random fucking sub frequency, so I'm going to do it before the EQ just in case. I'm going to do it 8 times and we're going to have a listen to it. And we're going to just fuck with the wet and keep an eye on here and try to make sure it's as balanced as possible. We've already got a double compressors working on there. Actually, yeah, almost limiters because of how fucking heavy that is. But we've got compressors working on it to sort of balance out the dynamics, and I think this should help as well.
For our first act, we will have a juggler, which is on 5
So this really smooths it out if we've got it too high.
He is also blind, so we cannot see what he's doing, which makes it even funnier. So
that's got a lot more air.
For our first act, we will have a juggler, which is on 5 ounces of ketamine.
So we've just got to try to find the best balance. You can hear what the difference is, where you can hear the difference. This is what's being cut out.
For our first act, we will have a juggler.
And then this is it, with it to the max.
For our first act.
And this is it without.
For our first act.
Which is almost the sound of this
for our first act.
Combined with this.
For our first act.
So we're just trying to find the balance here.
For our first act, we will have a juggler, which is on 5 ounces of ketamine.
Now, what could be beneficial, and probably will be, is hearing it in context. So let's go ahead and do that. Turn off the noise for now. Let's just have a listen to it in context and see if we can adjust this to make it a little more suitable.
For our first act, we will have a juggler, which is on 5 ounces of ketamine. On top of that, he is also blind, so we cannot see what he's doing, which makes it even funnier. So please laugh at the clown. For our first act, we will have a juggler, which is on 5 ounces of ketamine.
Damn right, you're the fire starter. Welcome, Gavin. Thanks for coming down. How you doing? How you doing, Gavin? I'm working on this shit, and I think we're actually really, really close to finishing this one. Really, really fucking close. To be honest, I think we're pretty much there. Just moved places. Oh, sure. Why did you move, and where did you move to? Bigger and better, or did you need to sort of downgrade, or is it just relocation? What's the situation, bro? Apologies. I've got noise that's helping me, yeah. Oh, for school. Gotcha, like you going to uni then? Apologies, just focusing in on here. Pink noise moment. Genuinely, bro. From a crap place in Canada to a pretty place in Canada, man. I shit you not, I really fucking love Canada. That's so nice. Are you referencing Pink Noise? I am referencing Pink Noise. I use Pink Noise as my reference, yeah. Yeah, because I mean, look at Pink Noise. Fucking beautiful. Perfect amount of energy per octave. I mean, what more could you possibly want? You can get your mix to sound like that.
Which is on 5 ounces of ketamine.
And that's a pretty damn good mix. Yeah. It's a reference, yeah. I can change it before and after, but I think that might be good. Let's have a listen to it. It's going to be a bit quiet, I think. Let me turn it up for you. Because the noise is loud, but everything else is quiet. We're going to start it over here. Interestingly enough, I didn't notice this, but it doesn't start with a full 4. That's actually true, because it does 2, and then it's got this going on. So there's these 2, which kind of repeat.
Ladies and gentlemen, or whatever the fuck you like to be called, welcome to a night that will sure to skull fuck you and make you feel as if you are on not only ecstasy, but acid at the exact same time.
Your eating competition story was the last piece of media I consumed before leaving. Damn. What a story, eh? Welcome, Ton. Welcome to the stream, brother. Gavin, meet Ton. Ton, meet Gavin. Good people, good vibes. I'm just having a listen to this mix and seeing how it's going so far. If the mix down is good, which so far it seems alright, if the mix down is good, then I will move on to the motherfucking mastering. And I'm doing this in the morning. I try to do it in the morning when my ears are still fresh.
You are on not only ecstasy, but acid at the exact same time. For our first act, we will have a juggler, which is on 5 ounces of ketamine. On top of that, he is also blind, so we cannot see what he's doing, which makes it even funnier. So please laugh at the clown, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you make him feel most
I know what the issue is. There's too much Vastas on this.
Please don't think he'll last long. He will be ripped to shreds very shortly.
Ooh, steady on.
Why you think he's alive? Please do.
Add a little more air to it.
This one is the the fire breather. I'm sorry, the fire breather. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I appear to be getting things wrong.
Hi-hat's too strong.
Breather, fire breather. Jesus Christ, fucking hell. Christ, I always get it wrong. Anyway, he's going to be breathing fire. Now, that's about it anyway. That's all he's going to do. He's going to come out and swallow fire. I don't quite understand what he's going to do anyway. And to finish off with, please keep your eyes
Just a decibel.
for those infamous clowns. They could be sitting right
Beautiful.
next to you, for all we know. What's that say?
Chip Shop Tuesday. Damn fucking right. 5 ounces of ketamine. That's a whole city dip. Damn right. This guy is, it's a crazy. They're crazy. It's Wednesday, my dude, for me. Oh yeah, shit, yeah, it's Wednesday over here too. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day, yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm happy with that mix. You guys happy with that mix? I mean, surely there's no, like, outstanding frequencies that makes you want to rip your ears out, right? You guys happy with that mix? One thing I do want to check, to be honest, is the sub frequencies. We've got 2 different sub basses, and I want to make sure that they sound equally in volume. They're different numbers. Okay, I'm glad it sounds good to you, Gav. So these are different in numbers, these 2 different sub basses. This one's this. Whereas this one's this. Hang the fuck on. Yeah, it's got sub. Yeah, so I'm just checking to see if it's perceived the same volume.
Please keep your eyes peeled for those infamous Please.
Because this is pure sub bass, I think. This is just absolute subby. You know, there's a little bit of grit there, but it's mainly sub. Yeah. Let's think about this.
Please keep your eyes peeled for those infamous clowns. They could be
Yeah,
right
yeah. I would say they are pretty much the same volume. You guys, you happy with that, Kev? Same volume? Perceived volume? Specifically the sub frequencies. Sounds good to me. All right, Tom says sounds good to them. I'm locking it in. All right, fantastic. All right, let's get fucking rolling with the motherfucking mastering. Now, I'm going to apologize, and actually I'll loop the whole thing, so you don't need to listen to something boring too long. Now, I've already done the mastering, so I've got to turn all of this stuff off. It's just, I did the mastering, I did the whole thing, and then I thought about a little change in the mix down. So now I've got to do the mastering again. Hopefully, this is the last change, but we'll see. There's no promises. There is nothing. Well, I don't want to do it again, to be honest, so I'm hoping this is a promise. All right, let's have a listen. Oh, so I like to start with a limiter, right? So we've got, this is a compressor, but it's a limiter because we've got a ratio all the way up to infinite, right? And I'm aiming for limiting of around 0.3 decibels, nothing more. So you can see that 0.2, 0.1, 0.2, 0.1, 0.2, 0.2, 0.2, 0.2. Now, normally you want to master listening to the loudest part of the song. I don't know where the loudest part of the song is. Let's try this area. 0.1, 0.2, 0.2. Yeah, it seems like the whole thing is equally loud. Good work, Lim Lam. Now, before, this was at 0.3. Now it's on 0.2, which means I have, with the mixdown, created some headroom. We've made some more headroom, which means this mix can now be louder. by 0.1 decibel. Let's try that.
For our first act, we will have a juggler.
I'm going to slowly move it down until we get to 0.3.
On top of that, he is also blind.
Oh, there we go.
Can't see what he's doing.
You see that goes up to 0.3. Really, really soft limiting. It's a really small screen. I hope you can see that. But yeah, 0.3 is what we're looking for. We can close that down now. This one's a simple one. I'm just cutting out those super low frequencies, cutting out anything below 18.4 and anything above 17K. Me personally, I cannot hear above 12K. My ears are trash. Then we've got another compressor. This one is apparently made with juice. Thanks for letting us know. Now I'm looking for around -3 decibels. See, if it goes above -3 decibels, then that might be, apologies, that might be too much compression. I don't want it to be noticeable. I want it to be felt, not heard, yeah? So we're going to be changing just the threshold. Everything else should be fine. We're just going to change the threshold until the compression comes down to right here, this line, that's 3.
For our first act, we will have a juggler, which is on 5 ounces of ketamine. On top of that, he is also blind.
There we go. We've got a lot more compression this time.
Which makes it even funnier. So please laugh at the clown, ladies
Alright,
and gentlemen.
we'll call it there.
Make me feel most uncomfortable.
So I don't want it to go past the line. If it meets just before it, that's perfect. Right there is perfect. And just to give you context, this is before and after of this limiter, right? See if you can hear a difference. I don't think I can. So this is without.
For our first act, we will have a juggler, which is on 5 ounces of ketamine.
And with.
On top of that, he is also blind, so we cannot see what he's doing.
No fucking chance.
So please
Next up, we've got the high cut and low cut, the tiny parts that should be out of the human hearing anyway. Tell me if you can hear this. Are you ready?
he's alive. Please do. Your next one is the fire breather. I'm
Now.
sorry, the fire breather. My apologies.
No change. I can't hear a damn thing. Now we're going to do the compressor. You tell me if you can hear it. It's currently off.
Right, I always get it wrong.
Get your ears used to it.
He's going to be breathing fire. Now, that's about it anyway. That's all he's going to do. He's going
Now it's on.
to swallow fire. I don't quite understand what he's going to do anyway. And to finish off,
I can hear that one.
please keep your eyes peeled for those
That's not specifically very subtle.
sitting right
Now, next up,
for all we know.
oh shit, steady on, steady on. Next up, we've got Vastaus, which is essentially Soothe.
I'm sorry.
This is how we had it before. We might still need that same setting.
Some sort of shit like that. So please just enjoy that while you can. Enjoy your overpriced popcorn, your overpriced seats. Please take your seat and
Out there, because I've already put Vastaus on the vocals, which I think is what I'm doing a lot of, and I already turned down the hi-hats. And to be honest, if you listen to the change, this is what the Vastaus is doing. It's really quite quiet, but it's taking out the majority of the highs, or at least it sounds like it's taking out a lot of the highs. That's what we're hearing the most. So for example, if I turn it up, it sounds almost like the highs are completely cut out. And that's the sounds that we're cutting out. It's cutting out the peaks.
he's alive. Please do. Your next one is the fire breather. I'm sorry, the fire breather. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen.
So I've got it on 8 times, so it's really quite strong. That's why I've got the wet so low, because we don't need it that strong. We don't need that much. And next up, we've got Hornet 31 MK2. It's beautiful, it's free, and it's beautiful, and it's free. It's like a multi-band volume adjuster in real time. So every 0.25 seconds, it reads the signal and adjusts the volume accordingly. So I reset the peaks, and you'll be able to see you'll be able to see the lines going up of each frequency, and then see the volumes being adjusted. So this is at 0% and this is 100%, and we just try to find a right balance for the mix. 100%.
For our first act, we will have a juggler.
Apologies. I need to turn it on. There we go.
On top of that,
So quite a big difference.
cannot see what he's
You can see all the volumes being adjusted accordingly. If it's too loud, then it gets brought down.
Make sure you make him feel
and it's sort of balancing out the frequencies. So I just try to find where I want it. Maybe I want it 100 or 0. And then I just adjust.
I'm sorry, the fire breather. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I keep getting things wrong. But anyway, the fucker breather, fire breather. Jesus Christ, fucking hell. Christ, I always get it wrong. Anyway, he's going to be breathing fire. Now, that's about it anyway. That's all he's going to do. He's going to come out and
About there.
swallow fire. Don't quite
So,
know what he's going to do.
without,
For our first act, we will have a juggler, which is on 5 ounces of ketamine.
and with.
On top of that, he is also blind, so we cannot see what he's doing, which makes it even...
It's almost similar to Vastaus and Soothe in the sense that it is taming the peaks. Next up, we've got K-Clip 0. I'm using this almost as pretty much as a volume booster. I'm just bringing the volume up to ideally almost clipping. It's a clipper, and then I've got a limiter immediately after anyway. So let's clip some peaks, bro.
For our first act, we will have a juggler.
Much louder this time. Apologies. Let me turn the volume down for you.
For our first act, we will have a juggler, which is on 5 ounces of ketamine. On top of that, he is also blind, so we cannot see what he's doing, which makes it even
We can see that these peaks aren't touching the top and the bottom, and that's where we want it to. I'm going to turn the volume up until it is.
Please don't think you'll last long. He will
About
be
there.
very shortly, but please
We've got that peak touching the top, that peak touching the top and the bottom.
your next one is the the fire.
That peak touching the top. We can see certain peaks
My apologies, ladies and gentlemen.
are touching the top and the bottom. Looks like it's mainly the snares.
Fire breathing. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell.
Alright, but you can see that it's a hard clipper. There is no softening there. Yeah, you shake that mouse face, bro. Alright, so I'm sure you'll be able to very clearly hear the difference between the clipper and not clipper, but let's try it anyway. So this is without the clipper,
Anyway, he's going to be breathing fire. Now that's
and this is with the clipper.
all he's going to do. He's going to come out and swallow fire. Don't quite understand what he's going to do.
Next up, we're going to add a limiter, and this, again, I'm going to aim for just 0.3 decibels of limiting. Just like I did in the beginning, but we're limiting it again at the end.
For our first act, we will have a juggler, which is on 5
So
ounces
we can see, there we go, 0.3, 0.5 at one point, so let me turn this
so
down.
we cannot see what he's doing, which makes it even funnier. So
0.4, that's still too high.
make sure you make him feel most uncomfortable. The next act is the
There we go.
Please don't think you'll last long. He will
Very,
be
very subtle, and we can see
here why you think he's alive.
there, 0.3. 0.4, ooh, let's adjust that.
I'm sorry, the fire breather. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen.
That should do it, 0.5 still, let's adjust it.
Fucker breather, fire breather. Jesus Christ, fucking hell. Christ, I always get it wrong. Anyway, he's going to be breathing fire. Now, that's
0.1, 0.3, beautiful, lovely.
come out and
Well, we got some good shit there.
don't quite understand.
And finally, my favorite part of the mastering process, using master plan. Now, unfortunately, we do have everything sort of, can we do XXL? No. We've got everything as it was, but unfortunately, I've got to restart it. So I'm going to put it onto mono, just so we can get a more clear understanding of it. We'll put it onto off, so that we can hear the whole thing again after, when I fuck with the wideness. And I'm going to put it onto Unity. What Unity does is, when I turn the volume up, when I turn the perceived volume up, the loudness essentially, increased loudness, you can see what each thing does at the bottom here, increased loudness with a special limiter / clipper circuit. So we've already got a clipper limiter, and this is, again, clipping and limiting again. But when we do that, it's going to be perceived as louder, even though the decibels aren't going to be increasing. But Unity will allow it to sound the same volume, perceived as the same volume. So we can really closely listen out for distortion. For example,
That's what he's going to do anyway.
so it's not super loud, but it sounds like it's super loud, but the volume's not increased or anything.
For all we know.
So I just look for distortion. So I think the lows are fine and the highs are fine now, but I might just keep listening and adjust accordingly. Let's see.
Clowns? Not clown? No, I've just said that right. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. The juggler. They're gonna do juggling and some sort of shit like that, so please just enjoy that.
What I like to do is turn the loudness all the way up so that I can very clearly hear the grit and the distortion, and then slowly work my way down, removing that grit and distortion. When every bit of grit and distortion that I've noticed is gone, that's the loudest it can possibly go without having any grit or distortion. So that's what I'm looking for.
Enjoy your overpriced popcorn, your overpriced seats.
For me, it's mainly around the kick that I'm hearing distortion. So that's where I'm going to be focusing my attention on and try to remove the distortion around that kick.
Please take your seats and enjoy 3 hours of entertainment that you cannot get.
Welcome, Anthony. Welcome to the stream. How you doing?
For our first act, we will have a juggler, which is on 5 ounces of ketamine. On top of that, he is also blind, so we cannot see what he's doing, which makes it even funnier. So please laugh at the clown, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you make him feel most uncomfortable. The next act is the lion tamer.
I think just about there.
He will be ripped to shreds very shortly.
Now, I'm going to leave wide until the very end. Now I'm going to work on thick. Now you can see at the bottom what everything does, but thick enables an additional saturation circuit. It's literally just saturation. I'm doing good. How are you, man? I'm very good. I've got a nice early morning, sitting here working on some mix down and mastering for my song. I'm feeling great. I've not eaten breakfast yet, but I like to do mix down and mastering first thing in the morning so that my ears are fresh. I'm just going to do this song and then I'll move on. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 songs in this EP that still needs doing. So hopefully in the next few days I'll be able to knock them all out and then we can start thinking about releasing them. It's an EP based on circus music, hence why this song is circusy as fuck, yo. I'm thinking that the sub bass might be too powerful. What do you guys think?
Please cheer while you think he's alive. Please do. Your next one is the fire breather. I'm sorry, the fire breather. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen.
You can hear that saturation too much.
Anyway, the fucker breather, fire breather.
Gonna wait for this part. There's no bass.
I always get it wrong. Anyway, he's going to be breathing
There it is.
fire. That's about it anyway. That's all he's going to do. He's going to come out and swallow fire. I don't quite understand what he's going to do anyway. And to finish off with, please keep your
There is the loud as I can go.
infamous.
Now, clean removes a buildup of sound in the low mids, muddiness. Yeah, this one's quite subtle, but have a listen, see if you can notice it, and then we work together to try to remove that.
Clowns, they could be sitting
Full on.
right next to you, for all we know. What's that say? Clowns? Not clowns? No.
There isn't much muddiness in this mix, to be honest.
Gentlemen, the juggler. They're gonna do juggling and some sort of shit like that, so please just enjoy that while you can. Enjoy
So not much is needed.
popcorn, your
Smooth, I just always turn on anyway. It's very gentle compression that smooths the overall sound. It's like multi-band compression. It's very similar to this bad boy. Yeah, that's how I see it. So, without,
please take your seats
with,
and enjoy 3 hours of entertainment that you cannot
not a huge difference. Now, calm is pretty much Vastaus. It's pretty much soothe.
5 ounces of ketamine.
What type of music do you typically make? This is circusy, you say. ICP vibes, sort of. Sure, I make dubstep. I make creative, fun dubstep. I'll play you something once I'm done. I just need to do this, calm, tape, and then wideness. And then we have one playback listening to the whole thing, make sure everything sounds A-OK. And then I'll show you what songs I've finished but not released. You can choose any song you want and have a listen. Sneak peek preview just for you, Anthony. Do you prefer to be called Anthony or Anthony? Like a TH or a T? Okay, I'll stop asking questions. Bro, you can ask questions all you want. It's nice. It's good. You get to ask questions all you want. I mean, that's why I stream it, right? Tony, gotcha. Anthony. Can I call you Tony? Or do you want to be called Anthony? Since you wrote Tony. Hey, big up being #1 on YouTube right now. Big work. All right. Yeah. So calm reduces the harshness that builds up during a lot of the in the vox processing. What that really means is it removes resonant peaks. Yeah. Just say I've done a lot of EQs at the same frequency. There's going to be resonance peaks there. It removes peaks, but we've already done that in the process with Vasthaus. Wavegrove, Vasthaus. We've done it a little bit there. And so there shouldn't be too much. Again, I like to put on 2 times and then adjust the amount. So let's have a listen and work our way through it. Tony is short for a nickname for Anthony. Yeah. Cool. So you like to be called Tony, yeah? Does anyone call you Tone? Surely people call you Tone. Or Toe.
On top of that,
Probably not me.
so we cannot see what he's doing, which makes
So that's 100%. That's 0.
The next act is the lion tamer. Please don't think you'll laugh.
For me to help me hear calm, a lot of the time it's around the hi-hats region, but it is everywhere else. My boss calls me Tone Lock. Why? The last name's Goodley. Why Tone Lock? What, is that a thing, Tone Lock?
He will be ripped to shreds very shortly, but please share why you think he's alive. Please do. Your next one is the the fire breather. I'm sorry, the fire breather. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I appear to be getting things wrong.
All right, finally, tape saturation. This is literally, you listen to the sub bass. That's what helps me, right? Listen to the sub bass from here type compared to warm. I'd probably want more warmth for this song. Very warm. Arguably too warm. Very tight.
Right next to you, for all we know. Clouds? No, I've just said that right. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. The juggler.
Lovely. It allows it to melt into the song with a little bit of that tape. And the reason I don't have much of either of these this time is that, you know, we've done all the heavy lifting with these prior plugins, all of these free and stock plugins. We've done all the heavy lifting. Master Plan is not free nor stock, but it is just such a powerful beast. I can't not have it. Now I'm going to turn off this, so now it's no longer mono, and I'm going to fuck with the width and try to find a good width. I'm going to start from the beginning for this one. Start from the beginning of the drop. Already it's got decent width, to be honest. We're going to go to 2 times and then work our way down.
He is also blind, so we cannot see what he's doing, which makes it even funnier. So please laugh at the clown, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you make him feel most uncomfortable. The next act is the lion tamer. Please don't think you'll last long. He will be ripped to shreds very shortly, but please share why you think he's alive. Please do. The next act is the lion tamer. The next act is the next act is the next act is the
God, his dynamics are all over the place. The next act is so quiet.
He will be ripped to shreds very.
That I've adjusted.
The next act is the lion tamer.
I've not done too much compression here under the kick, have I? No, 7 and 2. Yeah, we're fine. Funky Cold Medina by Tone Lock, old song. Gotcha. I don't know. I'm a dubstep guy, bro. Unfortunately. All right, let's collect all and save, and let's have a listen to the whole thing from the top. And hopefully, it sounds banging. All right, let's fucking go.
Ladies and gentlemen, or whatever the fuck you like to be called, welcome to a night that will sure to skull fuck you and make you feel as if you are on not only ecstasy, but acid at the exact same time. For our first act,
you can see the different EQs before and after as well.
On top of that, he is also blind, so we cannot see what he's doing, which makes it even funnier. So please laugh at the clown, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you make him feel most uncomfortable. The next act is the Lion Tamer. Please don't think you'll last long. He will be ripped to shreds very shortly, but please cheer while you...
I know what the problem is. Okay, so you see how there's a gap here? And then this part is really quiet.
Most uncomfortable. The next act is the Lion Tamer.
And then it brings its loudness up, and it probably happens here as well.
Your next one is the the fire.
The reason being, this attack is too long. It's got to be that reason.
Your next one is the
No, that's not that long.
Your next one is the the fire breather. I'm sorry, the fire breather. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I appear to be getting things wrong.
That should do it. I'm hoping that fixes it. Let's have a listen. Try that one.
The next act is the Lion. The next act is the Lion Tamer. Please don't think you'll last long. He will be.
That did not fix it. Could be that. Let's try it without.
The next act is the Lion Tamer. Please don't think you'll.
It is that.
The next act is the Lion Tamer. Please
It was that. Alright, that's fine. That is whatever.
Very shortly, but please cheer while you think he's alive. Please do. Your next one is the the fire.
Let's keep listening in.
The fire breather. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I appear to be getting things wrong. But anyway, the fucker breather, fire breather. Jesus Christ! Fucking hell! Christ, I always get it wrong. Anyway, he's going to be breathing fire. Now that's about it. Anyway, that's all he's going to do. He's going to come out and swallow fire. I don't quite understand what he's going to do anyway. And to finish off with, please keep your eyes peeled for those infamous clowns. They could be sitting right next to you, for all we know. What's that say? Clowns? Not clowns? No, I've just said that one. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. The juggler. They're going to do juggling and some sort of shit like that. So please just enjoy that while you can. Enjoy your overpriced popcorn, your overpriced seats. Please take your seats and enjoy 3 hours of entertainment that you cannot get out of. Thank you.
Okay, so I see the problem. I've forgotten to take Unity off. So now it's going to be very fucking clear. We'll play a before and after, and then we are done with this song. So this is before the mastering.
For our first act, we will have a juggler, which is on 5 ounces of ketamine. On top of that...
And this is with mastering.
For our first act, we will have a juggler, which is on 5 ounces of ketamine. On top of that, he is also blind, so we cannot see what he's doing, which makes it even funnier. So please laugh at the clown, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you make him feel most uncomfortable. The next act is the Lion Tamer. Please don't think you'll last long. He will be ripped to shreds very shortly, but please cheer while you think he's alive. Please do. Your next one is the the fire breather.
So we can see that encoded we've got peaks that are above the 0 decibel line. But the sample itself, the source sample, 0.1. Fuck it, I take it, I'm happy with that. Don't give a shit. Do not give a shit. Alright, awesome. Let's collect all and save. And is anybody here in the chat right now? Let me smash a yellow on that motherfucker. That means that we're done with that. Is anybody here in chat? Because I'm about to go. Ooh, Tony. Are these vocal samples from Splice? Wow, mastered version sounds so much better. Hey, Ton's still here. You goat. And Tony, these are not from Splice. No, I don't have Splice. This is a friend of mine doing multiple takes. The original takes were very safe for work.
Tonight's acts, we will have 4 dangers.
Do you want to hear it without all the plugins? It's going to sound so trash. Let me group these up and turn it off. So no plugins. This is the bottom one.
Tonight's acts, we will have 4 dangers, frights.
And there's this one.
Right. We bring you 4 acts.
Right. It's not bad. They're good quality audios.
Boys and girls.
I clip in a bit, which is a bit unfortunate. Yeah, I can't use that. Look at that fucking guy. That's madness. That's gonzo. Audio ruined for the rest of my life. safe for work isn't no fun. Yeah. I mean, I was like, look, let's do 3 recordings, and then I can just patch stuff up together. And then I was like, hang on, do you want to do 1 just for funsies? I probably won't use it, but no limits, no hold bars. You can say whatever the fuck you want. And then it was the one that I used because everything else was just boring, you know. But this is maybe going to get me cancelled. I hope not, but we'll see.
For our first act, we will have a juggler, which is
Raw, and then
5 ounces of ketamine. On top of that, he is also blind, so we cannot see what he's doing.
Because I wanted it to sound like, you know, those people in circuses, the one that announces everything, an announcer, I suppose. Yeah, like you're sitting in a circus and all of this stuff's going on around you. Yeah, a lot of fun. We've got the clowns, we've got the juggler, we've got the fire breather, and we've got the lion tamer. And then we've got the intro to circus. Each song represents a different act in the circus. The clowns had clown sounds. The juggler has the sounds of the synths moving around your headspace, left, right, down, up. And we've got the fire breather, which has got the sounds of actual fire breathing. Right? And we've got the lion tamer, which has got the sounds of actual lions as the drop, like, and then whip sounds, and then cat meows, because it's been tamed. But yeah, that's the concept of this EP. So, God, I need to do more mix downs. This is too many songs needing to be mixed. All right, so unreleased, we've got Bubbles in the Wind. We're not going to listen to Take Another Hit because it's lame. It's never going to be released. But Drive Safe, Do You Know What I'm Saying, and The Birds and the Bees. Which one would you like to listen to, Tony? Total ICP vibe, in my opinion. If ICP meets dub, yeah, that it is very dubby, and I've not listened to ICP, but that's the only song in the EP that's actually the clowns I worked on. But this one is literally circus music. I've taken that MIDI from that classic circusy song. Can't remember what it's called. You choose what you like. Let's do You Know What I'm Saying, because it's my favorite song that I've released this year. Not released yet, but it's my favorite song this year. Fuck it, let's save it. So this will give you a flavor of what I normally do. Because that song I made last year. But there's my pink noise. Good work. Very nice, very nice. So yeah. Let's start with this. You can see that this is just a synth. You can see nothing else is playing. We've got pink noise, but that's turned off. Nothing else is playing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to solo it. So nothing else is playing except for this synth. Do you believe me? Yeah, soloed, nothing else is playing. There's just these notes, just 3 notes, 1, 2, 3, playing over and over again. Yeah? It's the same over here, it's just pitched down. 1, 2, 3 notes, that's it. Over here, same thing, 1, 2, 3 notes, nothing else. Do you believe me? Yeah, you happy with that? Nothing else is playing. This isn't a series of a bunch of synths. It's just one synth with a lot of automation on it. Yeah? Are we in agreement here? Great. So we can see I've got a lot of automation on it, and that's what's making it sound so unique. Yeah? But it is soloed. Nothing else is playing. I promise you, this is just one synth. Yeah? One incredible synth with a lot of automation that I made. Sorry for talking so long. Have a listen. Still, just soloed. Now, the basis of this song is based on that one synth that I created, because it's just fucking awesome. So I split that synth up into its parts and created a drop out of it. Every part of this drop is based off of this original synth. The squeaky parts are that same synth just pitched up. These samples are this synth just cut up. this part is this synth just cut up and with filters on it, and then there's the drums. So this is the song in total. Have a listen. Let me know what you think. And then in the second part, again, that's just one synth. I promise you. One synth. All right, have a listen. This is the kind of dubstep that I normally make. So what do you think, Tony? Yay or nay? Me personally, I really like it. Yes, Tom. Love your use of GIFs. You know, I don't know how to write GIFs in Twitch. I have no clue how you're doing this. I see it often, but I've no clue how people do that. I've genuinely... Is it that little smiley face thing? Hang on. Ah. That one doesn't move that hard. Sounds good. Has quite a glitchy vibe. Yeah, it does. It does sound glitchy. I've got to frequently use, but I've never used them. Interesting. Sounds good. Has a quite... Yeah, cool, bro. Yeah, it is glitchy. But yeah, that's, like I say, this is my favorite song of this year. It's not even fucking released. That's the sort of music that I make. What was the one that we were working on yesterday, Tom? Do you remember? Oh, we weren't working on a song, were we? We were working on synths. Yeah, we're working on synths. Hardware or software synths? I'm trying to learn music. I bought a ton of gear and I don't know shit yet. Software, buddy. It's all software. I don't have any hardware. I got this, but that doesn't plug into anything. It's literally, let me show you what this is. Hang on. It's a stylophone, so. So that's it. I don't get changes of synth. I've got 3 octaves that I can choose from, but that's it. No, and I can choose vibrato on or off, but that's it. That's it. I don't I don't have anything else. So yeah, not hardware. Yeah, just synth stuff. Exactly, Tom. Yeah, it's all literally. This one is just Serum 2, all just Serum 2, and a bunch of plugins and a bunch of Matrix stuff. It looks like it's all just LFO1 as well. But then on top of that, we've got a lot of plugins. So we've got multi-band, resonators, envelope follower. I've got utility. Sorry, I've got just the right ear polarity swapped, because when in creation of this, I swapped the left ear polarity. There is a reason. I swapped it, and then I fed it through a compressor, and then I fed it through some other stuff, and then I swapped it back again, which just makes it a bit weird. And that's what makes it feel so out of this world. I think it adds on to it. Oh, I know the stylophone. That's the old school stylo. The newer stylophone, a drone beast. Really, fuck modern stuff. Oh, I got vocal doubler, which I think is free as well. Just a compressor, reverb, utility, and then reverb again. This is reverb that stays on the whole thing. This is reverb that I use for the build-up. So that's just automated here. You see that coming up. Oh god, I don't even use sweeps anymore. Oh, tell a lie. This is literally a sweep. And this is also Serum. Nice phaser on there, phaser filter. But yeah, all of this is Serum. So this sub Serum, this sine wave, but yeah, Serum. And then this bass is also Serum. Triangle wave. Oh, should we have a listen to what that sounds like? Gritty, yeah, lovely. This high frequency thing. This thing. This is Serum as well. Yeah, all of it is Serum. All of it is Serum, except for the drums. I use everything. Synth, software, Serum, only Serum, and then stock and free plugins, usually. Just because I don't make money from my music, I'm not going to pay for stuff, except for Serum too, or Serum rather, which I think is just a really worthy investment. And Ableton. Had to pay for Ableton. I do need to buy the newest Ableton, actually. I don't have that yet. Look, it's been a pleasure. I'm going to go because I need to eat breakfast. Thanks for coming down. Let me close that, and let's not save it. Let's just get rid of it. I'm hoping to stream later on today, and if I am around, I hope to see you guys as well. That'd be really cool. But if not, have a nice rest of your day or night, and